Coming to you live from the brand new On Air Media Studios here in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to Soundbites with Susan and Waylon, where we take a short extraction of our daily lives as publicists to share with you all. My name is Waylon Tate with J. Waylon & Associates.
And I am Susan Friedman of Friedman Marketing and Public Relations.
Welcome. Happy Monday, everyone.
Good morning.
Susan.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, I feel like we have literally not been on air in like a year. It's like starting all over.
I know, but it's only been 2 weeks.
I know.
We took off for Memorial Weekend.
That's right.
Yes.
And then we did a wonderful studio change. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to take you on a tour to the new studio here.
Tell them what's going on with this.
Oh my God, it's amazing, you guys. We have built out, On Air Media has built out 2 magnificent studios. This is like, this is Hollywood stuff going on right here.
We are in this huge soundproof room.
Yes, it looks very expensive.
You can't tell, this is a green screen behind us.
Yeah, and there's duplicates of this. So there's this studio and then one behind us, and then a whole slew of like opportunities for people to do workouts and sessions and all kinds of good stuff. And I'm sure all of the shows here at On Air will be doing sneak peeks around the studio for you all to get kind of an inside view as to what's going on. But we're happy to be here.
Yes.
It feels a little bit more daunting, I think, because it's like a fully built out studio. But yeah, so we're happy to be back. We have so much going on and so much to talk about in a very short period of time.
Yes.
So Susan, let's start with you.
Okay, so let's start with Memorial Weekend because for me that was kind of the launch of summer. So honestly, I have been hanging out poolside, which is great.
Nice.
We've been grilling a lot, and I have to give a shout out. You probably see these 3 amazing organic sodas. And they were given to us to sample by Casey Middleton at Chic Express.
Okay.
And I think it's San Francisco, actually, but don't quote me on that because it's a little teaser to what's about to happen.
Yes.
Anyway, they are delicious, and I have been sipping them by the pool, and the flavors are amazing. And my favorite one, actually, is the blackberry, mint, and lime.
Nice.
But they use fresh fruits and herbs and stuff like that. They're awesome. And if you want to find out more about them, go to haveasip.com. You can also get them at Central Market and Whole Foods, Total Wine, and all that. So
And
they're awesome.
And you and I both.
Those are for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I haven't tried them yet.
I've been drinking them all.
Susan's been hoarding them in her own place. But these would probably be good. You know, both of us represent spirits.
Yeah.
And so I bet these would be really good to mix with some.
I agree. And you can actually go to the website and they have cocktail recipes.
Oh,
so,
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
There's one that's blood orange, lime, and jalapeno. So
Oh,
I
my
actually
gosh,
had that with some tequila.
Oh God, that sounds so good.
It was really, really good.
And speaking of PR folks in San Francisco, someone just...
I did. I just got back yesterday. I took a mini vacation with my husband, and we went to San Francisco. We
So jealous.
were there just on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But it was amazing. I don't know if you guys have been, but we hung out in Chinatown a lot. We ate. We actually have some people here from Taste of Dallas. I think I just did Taste of San Francisco. And so we also went to a place, this is hilarious. We went to a place called Lipo Lounge. Everyone's like, you have to get the Mai Tais there. It's like this dive bar inside Chinatown.
Okay.
And the ingredients were just, they wouldn't tell us the secret recipe, actually. They said that
That's
there's
good.
one item in there, one ingredient, and they wouldn't tell us what it is.
It's proprietary information.
Yeah, but we took the cable cars, thank goodness. Can I tell you, I am not fit. The streets go like this. Like literally, I can't walk today.
Oh, because you had so much like workout?
We did so much walking. We walked like 8 miles in one day, just walking up and down hills and shopping. We went to Haight-Ashbury and Union Square and all that. It was amazing. We ate chowder. They're known for their sour bread. We went to Ghirardelli Square and had hot chocolate.
Oh my God.
It was a lot of fun.
You know what is so funny?
And it's in the 60s there too, so it was beautiful.
Well, and I'm sure, well, and between, what I hear is between kind of the bay and then in the city, it's like fluctuates like 20 degrees, right? Because you're getting a breeze.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Funny enough, everyone knows, obviously San Francisco is like the gay icon city, and I have never been.
I think you
Can you believe that?
love
Is that
it.
sacrilege or what?
Yeah, it's
I need to go,
such
but
a great city. It's so much
I'm not
fun.
a big fan of walking up hills, so I would have to be
That's why we
helicopter
took a
lifted
cable car
across
once.
the entire city.
We were big fans of Lyft during that time. So, and speaking of Lyft and tasting and food and everything,
Sure.
we have a guest here.
We sure do, and I'm so excited. Although I have corresponded with her many, many times through email, we have never met, but we would love to introduce to you kind of the guru behind the whole thing at Taste of Dallas.
Yes, and it's this weekend, 3-day weekend.
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Yes, not this.
Next weekend.
Yes.
Sorry, my mind is on food
Not
right
quite.
now.
So
Next weekend.
welcome, Cheryl Weis, to our show. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And nothing excites Susan and I more than talking about food. So tell us a little bit maybe about what is Taste of Dallas.
Yeah.
Of course, our audience is really tuned into the culinary scene, but share with them kind of really how it kind of came about and like what people can maybe expect this year.
Okay, well, this is the 32nd year that Taste of Dallas has been running. We're really trying to elevate it this year and bring in more restaurants and more chefs that you know and like places you go around town all the time. So it's going to be like a lot of great places like Tillman, CBD Provisions, Luck, Pink Magnolia. I've got over 70 restaurants coming in that weekend. Some of the top chefs and restaurants. I have a lot of chefs that are going to be showcased. We have the new 44 Farms Lounge. They're providing all the beef. So 44 Farms is one of the local ranches, and they're providing beef all weekend. And I have 5 chefs coming in that's going to be using their beef to showcase some crazy creation that they came up with.
Oh my gosh.
So the menus are amazing. I can't wait to see
Oh my
what
gosh,
they come
that
up
sounds
with.
great. And that's all 3 days?
Yeah, that'll be all 3 days. So I'll have 1 chef Friday night, 2 doing it on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. So you'll want to come back because it's always going to be a different chef to see what they're making.
That's so great.
So yeah.
Oh my God, we just can't eat until then.
I know.
Well, no, you can because you're tiny.
I can because I just walked 8 miles around San Francisco climbing hills, but that's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Awesome, and it's more than food. I mean,
It's more than food, yeah. So this year we're doing 4 stages with over 40 music acts.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It's
oh my
a lot.
gosh.
Yes, and we have a lot of amazing sponsors. I'm just doing all kinds of fun activations and giveaways, and we have every spirit and category covered. So if you like gin or vodka or rum, whatever you like, we'll have someone there that you can taste.
Well, I know my clients are going to be there. I believe it's the Monkey Shoulder. We've talked about the mixer. Monkey Shoulder is going to be there, as well as Glenfiddich. We'll have a bar set up.
I'm so excited to see the
everyone
Monkey
needs to
Mixer
stop
in
by
person.
there. Yeah.
No, interestingly enough, Susan and I almost stopped and took a picture. I was driving down Lemon, and they were doing a setup at Mercedes.
Yes, at Park Place.
Yeah,
They were there for the
Susan,
private party.
you know, because immediately every time I see it, I think of you. So I was like, I should stop and get a picture and send it to you because you were in San Francisco.
I'm so glad that you saw the Monkey Mixer.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Awesome.
So what is your role with Taste of Dallas?
So I'm the director of operations, so I guess I run the whole thing. So I recruit most of the restaurants. I have a team that helps with a few holes when I can't fill them, but I do most of the restaurant recruiting. I do all the vendor management during the weekend, and that's just the vendors that are participating as well as the vendors that make the event happen. So the tents, the chairs, the tables, the electricity, all that sort of stuff. So we've been working on this since November, so it's a long.
You are very detail oriented. I'm sure.
Yes.
You have a huge
that's
checklist.
why they bring me on. I know my spreadsheets are ridiculous.
I can imagine. A couple of weeks ago, Susan and I were talking about kind of like that the general public has no idea like how long it takes to plan out large events, right? I mean, Susan does this a whole lot more than I do. She plans massive events, and it still takes 6 to 7 months, right, to effectively do it. I cannot imagine that the sheer number of vendors is one aspect, and then you're talking about development of participants, right? So people that are actually going to come, and then you're talking about media, and you're talking there's
the marketing, the ticket sales, all of it. I mean, there's so many. We have a team, so everybody kind of has their own role. And then I kind of just oversee and help make sure everything plugs into place where it's supposed to go.
And so what all is new? It seems like, well, the venue is new.
The venue, so yes, the venue is new. We're moving a little farther north. I'm getting out of Fair Park and moving to Gas Monkey Live. We've got about 175,000 square feet outside, about 30,000 square feet indoors.
I was going to ask whether it was indoor or outdoor.
It is.
So it's both.
It's both, yeah. Okay. So indoors will be featuring most of our restaurants, our higher end restaurants, doing their food inside. And then Friday night will be our Foodie Experience, which is our high-end VIP kickoff event. And so that's going to be exclusive to people who just buy those tickets for Friday night.
And I'm really looking forward to that. I was later on, I mentioned I have top 3 highlights or like tips that people should know.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead and talk about some of those?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. This is just what I personally think, but for the first time, I believe you guys have an app. Taste of Dallas.
Yes, it's going to be great. So when you go on the app, it'll show you everybody who's participating, and it'll even show like where they're located in the Metroplex. So after the event's over, you can go back and be like, I really like this restaurant. You'll be able to go find them in our app. And then a lot of our restaurants are doing coupons. So if you actually go to their booth and scan a QR code, you'll be able to unlock a coupon And there's some great ones. There's some really good coupons.
I love that.
So, and then we add more and more every day. So
Love
it's exciting to see what our restaurants are willing to offer the guests.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's a good reason to go visit everybody.
Yeah, and that way you can also strategize in advance, where you want to, because you have so many vendors.
About 50 restaurants plus all the other.
That's me. I'm always strategizing. Like, where should I hit first? So yeah.
Yes.
That also, since you are a little bit further north in Fair Park, you've done a great collaboration with Lyft.
Yes, we have. So Lyft will be doing, I believe, a 35% discount both ways. They'll have a special drop-off and pickup location. So there'll be signs everywhere. You won't be able to miss them.
Awesome.
So,
and you can go to the website, and it has the promo code. What is it? 2DAL18.
Sure.
She's like, that sounds
Go
right.
to the website and make sure you put that in when you take Lyft there, so that you
Yes.
can drink responsibly,
Yes,
or maybe
yes.
not drink responsibly, but you don't have to drive.
Don't have to
That's
drive.
right.
Right. Correct.
Awesome. And then, of course, you talked about the Foodie Experience, which is the VIP kickoff party, and that sounds amazing.
Yes,
And
it does. So those tickets are only online. We will not be selling them at the door. We do expect it to sell out. So I've got 34 restaurants, and I think we have 25 spirits, beers, and wines that will be sampling at the event. So we have a little section with a massage chair, so you can get like a quick little 5-minute massage. We'll have a DJ playing, and then some of our sponsors will be giving away drinks with lounges and stuff like that. So
I love that.
It's going to be a fun event.
And you'll have two really good publicists there to talk about the whole experience.
Yay!
I'm actually eager to know because, what year is this actually of Taste of Dallas?
The 32nd.
This is the 32nd year. Okay. Yeah. So have you guys thought, or is there maybe in the process, because it has gained such momentum, that maybe outside of just doing the large event that you do every year, that there may be some other kind of pop-up shop kind of stuff maybe?
We have talked about that. So we get a lot of interest from our restaurants and our spirit sponsors that kind of want to do some smaller, more intimate events. And I think we're looking into that because we want to keep the momentum going instead of it just being one 3-day thing. We want to kind of have people thinking about Taste of Dallas all year. So.
Yeah, I can think about a million people because, it's very well known. DFW is just a foodie experience itself, right?
Yes,
People love to wine and dine here. And, I think that there's probably 4 or 5 large kind of culinary events that take place in DFW. But I think kind of like mini events would be great throughout the year as well, right? Maybe for people that can't experience one of the big heavyweight events, right?
Yeah.
So maybe some smaller ones.
Yeah.
I'll take 10% of that idea.
Right now, she's like, I'm really just trying to get through next weekend. She's like, really?
She's like, her head's spinning. She's like,
It is kind of time. It's like we won't even start yet. Like, let's talk about next year's event. I'm like, I'm not even. I'm not there yet. It's like maybe the 25th we can start talking.
So you can only purchase the VIP experience online.
The Foodie Experience is online only.
How much are tickets?
So those are $55 for general admission, and I believe it's $80 or $85 for VIP. So VIP gets you 30 minutes early entry, and then a swag bag that comes full with lots of cool things from our restaurants and our sponsors.
So what about tickets for the rest of the days?
So for the rest of the days, you can buy, right now you can buy tickets at Walgreens for $14, and that'll get you in. You can also buy tickets online from tasteofdallas.org/tickets, I believe. We have a ticket bundle, so I think it's $40. I don't do the ticketing. I just
she's got a few other things on her mind.
There's a lot of different options for tickets.
So the online option though is $40, and it gives you admission, and then I believe $30 in food and drink tickets, so that you can spend those throughout the event.
And that's at tasteofdallas.org.
Tasteofdallas.org, yes. And then if you go the day of, you can buy tickets at the door, and I believe they'll be $20 for. Just to get in at the gate directly.
Oh my God. Well, we'll be there for sure. Yes. We'll take tons of pictures and we'll share it with our audience. We will also share with you all the Taste of Dallas website so you can go and check out even more details that we weren't able to cover. So thank you, Cheryl, so much for being here. We're excited to see you next time. And after we come back from this short break from our sponsor, Crudo Vodka, we will introduce my favorite chef and restaurateur in Dallas, Jeffrey Kollinger, and he's going to talk about a lot of fun things that's going on at Tillman's and what his experience is going to be with Taste of Dallas. We'll be right back. welcome back. And as I mentioned before, my favorite chef and restaurateur and client, in full disclosure, Jeffrey Kollinger, is joining us to talk about a whole slew of things that we've been working on, right? But let's start off and talk about your 2 events that are going to take place at Taste of Dallas.
Good morning, Waylon.
Good morning.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
How are y'all doing?
Good. I feel
First-
like I know. So this is the first time that we met, but we've talked about you literally at every show. First, I was like, I randomly brought up monkey bread, which I am going to go on a mission to bring that back. But then he told me about the s'mores.
Yes.
And they're a huge hit. But
Huge
oh my
hit.
gosh, yeah.
Susan has literally, Jeffrey talked about the monkey bread at
monkey
Tillman's
bread. Like-
a million times on the show, and I'm like, I'll take it to him. I'll take it to him. And
Well, you know what? Why don't we just try some monkey bread one time?
there we go. And we'll invite you in.
And we're going to invite you in for a special monkey bread tasting.
Well, you guys have so many other things. I was like looking at the website, and first of all, I haven't had your chicken fried steak.
Well, it's one of our signature dishes that we do. And basically what we do is we take filet mignon and pound it, and then we put it in our buttermilk wash in our secret flour, and we fry it. We serve it with a whipped potato and a poblano roasted gravy. So it's one of
Oh
our
my gosh.
secret type, one of those recipes
looks
that
so
everybody
good.
goes, how
I
did
know.
you do that?
And you have it for lunch and dinner, right?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
not doing
'cause
lunch
it's-
yet. We're gonna start probably in the fall.
did I just
but
announce
yeah, it's okay. That's all right. Don't worry about
okay.
it. But we are
Letting out
doing
the
it for
secret,
dinner.
Susan.
Thanks
No,
out
just
for the
kidding.
secret, Susan.
I'm just kidding. See, this is the result, right, of, as we talk about on the show also, the fringe benefits of being in PR. And one of those is representing a chef in a restaurant is, in many cases, kind of an open tab. This is a result of that because he's always shoving food in my face, right? And I love it. And I become like the the guinea pig for all of his new dishes and stuff. I mean, I'm not complaining, trust me, because I
I'm
love
jealous.
food.
Well,
And-
don't be jealous because every time I come out with a new menu, Waylon's like, "Can you show me first?" I'm like, "Sure." So
I have to have the first right of refusal, at least, for the
yeah,
media
so
purposes.
we have meetings, and then Chef Jeff has to send out the entire menu to Waylon for his approval before we do anything.
All of a sudden, you're going to see a rise in publicists
Of course.
after this show.
Of course, the
We'll be
publicist
like,
in it is doing, commas, period, space here, move that there,
It's so much
the
fun.
usual.
But before we talk about Taste of Dallas, I do want to mention a little bit about when Chef Jeffrey took over Tillman's. He was really adamant about getting kind of the organic Bishop Arts kind of neighborhood experience, right?
Yes.
And that was something you and I talked about great length, that it was really part of his DNA, that when he relaunched this kind of like very well-known space in Bishop Arts, that he wanted it to be incredibly local and to provide a really regional menu option, right?
Yes, correct. So obviously, being from Dallas, my kids are 4th generation. I'm 3rd generation, obviously, and I have a lot at stake here in Dallas, being in the restaurant and hospitality business for the last 30 years. So I wanted to bring a little bit of Texas back into Tillman's, and we think that we've surrounded ourselves with local, regional food and things that are really going on in the city to try and kind of reinvent this, as Waylon calls it, this Texas chic experience in food.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I love to support local, so that's why.
Oh, God, I know. Me too. Very much so.
You like
What's interesting is Jeffrey has really kind of mastered every. I'm so in publicist role right now, right?
Yeah, but that's great.
I
like publicist role.
because he's really been able to master kind of every component of what a true, culinary artist is. He has restaurants. He has an incredibly successful catering company called the Spice of Life Catering, and managed dining services. So you manage what, 7 or 8 kitchens now?
Yes, right now we're up to 9 kitchens. We're about to go into our 10th. But yes, we do managed dining services. We have Spice of Life Catering, which has become our springboard.
Explain to her what managed.
So let's talk from the beginning. Spice of Life Catering has been around. I've had it since 1992, and we've been trying to expand it for years and years. And lately, in the last 3 years, we've really expanded. Managed dining services is people who have food service in their facility, like assisted living, hospitals,
Gotcha.
schools,
I didn't realize you
daycare
did
centers,
that.
things like that. Yes, and private dining in office complexes.
Right.
So we do that for several people in Dallas, several high-profile clients here in Dallas, and we manage their food service for people who have these food service but don't want to be in the food industry.
Right.
So they give us the management contract for their food service, and we manage only that service for them under the umbrella of what we call Innovative Hospitality Group, which is our management company that's about to explode. And
You're a smart businessman.
oh, please.
You have no idea. Like the meetings that we have are pure insanity because you have to understand. Like it's interesting. You know, as PR people, normally we work with one particular brand, right, or company. When it's been our relationship has been about 2 years now, a little over 2 years, I think.
Yes.
And so it is. Here's Innovative Hospitality Group, and then there's like all of these divisions of just managing basically 6 different brands, which is fun for me because it kind of keeps the mix going. But this man is so incredibly busy. It's next to impossible to get a hold of him. So I rely a lot on.
Thank you for being here.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. I love coming here, and especially for Waylon. He's such a dear friend and a colleague and a partner, and most of all, my friend. And I think in partnerships, when you do work like you do with people, it's so important to be friends. And the Foodie Experience, which we'll talk about in a minute, is another. Cheryl is a dear friend of mine, and the whole Foodie Experience and Taste of Dallas is something that I've been involved in for years, and I absolutely love her, obviously. She's a dear friend of mine, but I love the experience and what it means to the food industry that we can come out with new dishes every year and show our talents for everybody who wants to come by and taste. And I think that's a great thing for Dallas.
Sure.
I agree. And I also found out, which we didn't bring up during that interview, but a portion of the proceeds does go to help, I guess it's a scholarship fund to help those interested in the culinary world get education too. So
That's really
for Taste
awesome.
of Dallas.
Very
kind of a
important.
pay it forward kind of moment,
Yeah.
right? That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So
I want to hear what you're doing at Taste of Dallas.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I came up with a new dish. It's actually going to be on the new menu for Tillman's, which is, I'm not going to say when's going to be launched, but
No.
we have a brand new menu coming out.
no.
No launch. But what's great about it is I'm doing a crispy pork belly this year. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to put that on a sweet potato puree with a bourbon glaze. And I'm going to top it with my matchstick sweet potatoes. So it's going to be a really interesting dish and a little Texas slaw. It's a really neat experience that I've done with the pork belly. I've kind of developed a new way to cook pork belly, and so I'm going to try it.
Delicious. It sounds very intricate too, which I really appreciate. I've worked with some restaurants, and there's a lot of people at Taste of Dallas.
Yes.
And so, I appreciate you doing something that is more of a complicated, it seems like a higher end, nice dish,
Well, we've had so much good luck with my quail dish that was so highlighted for years, and now we want to change it and give a Taste of Dallas a little something new this year.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'll be there. You'll see me. Excellent. And you said you'll be there on Friday?
Yeah, I'm going to be there on Friday and Saturday.
And Saturday.
44
Sunday, excuse me.
See? Someone's got to keep up with the details, right? So it's
always
That's why
me
he's a good
saying the wrong
publicist.
things, trust me.
it's like I just move him. Like, Jeffrey, go here.
Go there.
Do this. Talk to these people. But that's
So yes, I'll be there Friday and Sunday.
Sunday.
Cheryl's in the back going, Sunday.
I know. Cheryl's back there. She's watching it saying, okay, make sure you talk about the right stuff with Taste of Dallas.
Right.
So-
No, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Sunday is probably, I've been with Jeffrey for tons and tons of VIP events, right? Which is what the Friday event will be for him. The Sunday event is what I think will be really, really cool because it's a very select few of chefs that will all be, as Cheryl mentioned during her segment, kind of selecting their pieces of meat particularly from 44 Farms. And so it's always interesting to see how chefs are going to cook the same item, right? As opposed to kind of picking their own dishes. So obviously I'm partial, but I'm really eager to see kind of how that turns out. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm honored for 44 Farms to invite me to do something like this. And we think we've reached way down into the Foodie Experience this year to bring something that's a little interesting to this. And you let me know if you want me to discuss what I'm doing. But we've really decided to do something kind of interesting this year with a piece of tri-tip. So that's what we're doing this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You guys want to hear the secret? You want to leave it?
It's up to you.
No. I think we're great. I'm just going to do a piece of tri-tip, and you guys come out and see what I'm doing this year.
You have some announcements about your restaurant, though, right?
Yeah,
We
have
can
a few.
few.
We can talk about that.
This is what I'll say is.
I like how you you look at Waylon first to decide whether you can what you can?
He knows I'll strangle him and we'll wrestle as soon as this segment's over with if he gives away too much information. But what I'll tell you, and we've actually talked about this before, Susan, is there is a particular item that used to be on Tillman's menu. Okay, it's not the monkey bread. Sorry to burst your bubble. Okay,
Right.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll tell you that we get, and this is not me being taking it over the edge. We really do get between probably 30 and 40 requests a week for this particular item. Whether they're sending us messages through kind of social media platforms, they ask the wait staff all the time for this particular menu item. But Chefry, as we lovingly call him, has decided to re-engage and bring this back on the menu with his own special twist. So trust me when I tell you, in the next couple of weeks, I'll leave it at that, you're going to see about a kabillion people flooding to Tillman's Roadhouse in Bishop Arts for this particular item.
For the return.
The return,
That's
we'll call it that.
great tease,
Dot,
you
dot,
guys.
dot.
Yes, the return of.
Dot,
I
dot, dot.
know.
Yeah.
Do you guys need T-shirts for the next 2 weeks?
Merch!
The
I'm all
return?
about merch. I'm really excited.
Tillman's 3.0, here it comes.
It is coming for sure. What, Jeffrey, do you think is, this is just kind of in general terms, but when you're cooking, obviously for audiences at large, what do you think is the most important thing for a chef to keep in mind?
Well, I think one of the greatest things to keep in mind, when you're cooking is being able to educate people and being able to make people feel comfortable with cooking. Because everybody seems to, is it good? How did I cook tonight? What the best thing about cooking is being comfortable and really enjoying what you do and loving what you do. And I hope I emphasize that on a regular basis about why I cook and what I do, because I love my job and I love hosting people and I really love entertaining. And it's in my blood, it's in my system. People say, it's in my DNA. Mm-hmm. So I think the most important thing is to have fun, Waylon. When you're cooking at home, when you're cooking for a party, whatever it is you're doing, educate yourself with the product.
Sure.
Use the most fresh ingredients you can use and have fun and enjoy yourself.
I love that. I love that. You've created basically an empire. You have so many chefs that work for you, whether they're chefs de cuisine, sous chefs, because you have to understand, Jeffrey's company it's all of his employees that are in all of these managed dining services.
Yes.
On top of the restaurant, on top of Foodie, on top of the catering bit itself whenever they go into these experiences.
Staff.
And so it's interesting for me to kind of, when I step back, right, and I look at his staff and kind of the way that they really respect what he does, right? And what a blessing really it's been for you to be able to kind of bring up so many people under your umbrella.
Yeah, and the best blessing I had for both of you is my tenure is about 15 years. I have people working for me for 20 to 24 years.
That is amazing.
And it's just amazing that I have the capability to have such wonderful people around me, because you are really the people that surround you, that pick up your culture and decide how they want to spread the word based on your food and your experiences. And I've been so lucky to have great people around me for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that
That
helps.
speaks volumes. There was actually a few articles written about just the restaurant scene and how difficult it is to own a restaurant because there's high turnover and finding staff.
That's
and,
right.
If a staff person's unhappy, they can find a job in an hour.
Yes,
and so to be able to keep staff for that long speaks volumes.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful experience for me. And like I said, Spice of Life has been our springboard. We're lucky to meet up with Waylon about 2.5 years ago or so when we were beginning to expand. And then it's just really, we've been so lucky, and I'm so humbled to have expanded so quickly and watched it grow. But I think everybody should look for the next couple of weeks at some really fun things that we're about to do with Tillman's, with Spice of Life, with the whole Innovative Hospitality Group, and how that all fits into one pretty picture with a nice bow turned
That's
around.
right.
Waylon?
That's right.
Yeah. But I'm so excited to be doing the Foodie Experience. I think it's going to be great this
going
time.
to be great. A small kind of, you should see, first of all, Jeffrey has cooked for a lot of celebrities, and he's very shy about talking about that. I'm not, and I tell people all the time who he's cooked for. But we've been doing some really cool things as of late, and so you may want to keep a lookout for Chefry on an episode of The Real Housewives of Dallas in the fall. So we did get to film with them. Leanne Locken is a really good friend of Jeffrey's.
Yeah,
and
she
so
is.
they do some fun things together. And so we'll keep a
Did you
lookout.
tell them what kind of party it was?
It was a.
Pajama.
We did because we talked about it on the show. Remember, it was the Jack Retro.
Yeah.
event.
Oh yeah. With the pajama party.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and we
was
had
so much fun. Oh
my
And
gosh,
we
that's
went
so
through 2 cases of 1.75s in 2 hours.
Was that the one, Kathy Fielder?
Yes.
She was actually a guest on our show as
our
well.
show.
Oh,
We
she
love
was.
Kathy, yeah.
So we did a fun chicken and waffles that night. It was
It was
fun.
so much
perfect.
fun.
Yeah.
And
Chicken
I had
and
about
waffle slider we
75
did.
plates of it.
So I hope nobody can hear this. My stomach is growling so badly right now, and I'm like, oh, I hope it's not.
Hold on, I think there's someone at the door delivering monkey bread.
Yeah, right. God, well, we've had so much fun, you guys. We will continue.
Thank you
this
so
experience.
much.
Thank you for
I'm
being
so
here,
humbled
Jeffrey.
to be here this morning. Thank you, Thank you, Susan. Thank you,
Thank
Waylon.
you.
I
It's been a
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Y'all come see me. Will y'all cook for you?
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Fun.
Awesome, you guys. So we will obviously share all of Jeffrey's amazing things coming up as well on our website, susanandwaylon.com, and across our social media channels at Susan and Waylon. It's been a great show. I'm
been
looking forward to
fun.
next week as well. So we will see you. Have a wonderful week.